All right, this is Eric back in the booth. I have with me Justin Reeves. Hello.
Hello.
So before we begin, how do you like your deck?
I like it. It's pretty good.
Oh, here we are.
It's pretty good. I didn't have too much of a direction at the beginning of the draft.
Yeah. What was your pack one, pick one?
Pack one, pick one. Let's see here. I think
Seems a spicy card so far.
it was Winter Orb.
Oh, Winter Orb, very, very powerful card with new text. It was originally printed as a artifact that the rules just said when it's tapped, it has no effect. But it was not printed on the card, and so when they reprinted it, they didn't change that. But now that they've reprinted it in a new set, they've added in that wording onto it. So it's 2 mana for an artifact that all your lands are, as long as it's untapped, each player can only untap 1 land, which is very hard for opponents to deal with if they need to cast a lot of spells.
Yeah, it seemed like
where'd your draft go from there?
From there, moved on. I think my next pick, I believe, was Burning Vengeance.
Oh, I've been talking about that a fair bit.
Speculative pick, I think.
That card is very good.
But it was open. It wasn't much else in the second pack or second pick that I really drew me in. So I went for that.
Reasonable.
Thinking maybe if I could get some nice graveyard retrace cards or flashback cards, I could move into that deck.
That deck can be very powerful. All right.
I think from there I picked up a few cards. I know I tried to grab a good amount of red removal.
Show the camera. It looks like Carbonize, which is a very reasonable card. 3 mana for an instant, deals 3 damage to a creature or player, and exiles a creature, or cannot be regenerated on the creature. So,
as well as a couple of Desperate Ravings,
which is very good with the Burning Vengeance. So this card, 1 in a red, draw 2 cards, discard a random card, which sometimes messes you up, but usually in this deck you don't really care which cards go to the graveyard. But then it flashes back for 2 in a blue, so you're getting a card advantage and Burning Vengeance triggers.
And also on first pack Flame Jab, which is
very reasonable.
Pretty good with the Burning Vengeance.
Yeah, it becomes a lightning bolt.
Unfortunately, I only picked up the 1 Burning Vengeance, but just the fact that I have a lot of retrace cards and have that in the deck.
Yeah, a lot of the retrace cards will get you going through your deck to find it.
And another card that I picked up, I think second or third pack, that helps me go through my deck pretty well and works well with the Burning Vengeance is Una's Grace.
All right, yeah, that card. I was talking about that. Yeah, it's very good. 3 mana to draw a card is not great, but when you can keep doing it, every land you draw becomes a different card is very nice because late game you usually don't want more than that.
And I decided to go for a splash in this deck. A few cards that card I saw a lot of pass really late, which I was really surprised about, is Coalition Honor Guard.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That card is very hard for opponents to deal with.
Exactly.
We were watching different deck, blue-white, since you're in a different pod, so you're not going to play our feature drafter. But they got some very late, and that card is very hard for opponents to deal with.
It's a lot of the red removal is not going to be able to get rid of it. It forces at least one if they have. I think the opponent, how often does the opponent have more than 1 removal spell in their hand if they have to get rid of this? And I have 3 of them, so any of my big finishers that I have are going to be really hard for them to get rid of.
Yeah, you seem like a very controlling build where you're trying to stop them from getting their opponents and then just get your Burning Vengeance engine going.
Exactly, which is kind of unusual for me, not really my style, but it was open, so I went for it. I also have a couple of pacifisms here, which I think is pretty good white removal to splash.
Yeah, no, that
along with 3 Squadron Hawks.
Oh yeah, that was one of Jeff's cards that he was really looking forward to. Unfortunately, I think we only picked up 1 in our draft, but Squadron Hawk is very good when you have 3.
Couple late, yeah, and then
I see this spicy.
A couple
numbers.
of late finishers for me here.
Yeah.
First one being Rorik's Bladewing.
It's a big guy.
It's a big flying hasty
6 mana,
dragon.
But it's a 6/5 flying haste, so it's pretty much you're just usually at least hitting for 6.
You can end the game pretty quick with this guy. And then I think the best finisher in my deck, which really goes well with my whole deck, is called the Skybreaker.
Yeah, so that's 7 mana to make a 5/5, right?
7
flying
mana.
elemental. But it has retrace again, so you can discard it early with your draw card.
The Desperate Ravings.
Desperate Ravings,
exactly. So
discard it with the Desperate Ravings, and then you'll have 7 mana later to draw it.
With all the flashback or retrace spells in my deck, I think the Desperate Ravens really help set that up. A lot of the cards I can use from the graveyard. I think there's a lot of good synergy in this deck. We'll see how it plays out. I wish I got more than one Burning Vengeance, but I'm pretty happy.
Hope to see you on the battlefield, and
we'll
cut back, and we will be back shortly.
Thank you very much.
All right.